5 seconds. Ready? Friends, this is my first visit to this country, and my contact with it is brief, and you do not expect me to speak much about the problems which you are facing. I thought there were 2 points in which I had some relationship with this part of the world. We are members of the conference, and we have some residents of Indian origin in this country. These two things bring us together. As for the conference, I notice in the press that your Prime Minister is trying to get our republic full status in the Commonwealth. Status is something desirable. When we talk about the conference, we are reminded of certain ideas which bind the peoples of our countries together. The member nations are fully free, absolutely independent. They share no allegiance, but they share loyalty to ideals. They have a common spirit of compromise, getting things adjusted by mutual discussion and agreement, equality before the law for all citizens. Some of these things are the important future features which bind the different members together. No decisions are adopted in the Prime Minister's conference which restrict the liberty of action of the members, but the discussions help to bring about a better understanding. So far as the ideals of the unity are concerned, they insist on the extension of democratic principles to all peoples, which belong to the conference wherever they may be. It attempts to achieve a harmony of mind and spirit among those who belong to the conference. There may be difficulties, but the goal is clear, and without haste and without rest. It is the duty of all of us who belong to the conference to work for those great ideals. We talk about peaceful coexistence, the concept of active peaceful coexistence. It affects not merely international relations, but it also has a bearing on domestic relations, also on national problems. And if a policy of peaceful, active coexistence is prompted in countries which have their own problems to face, there is no doubt that we will be able to reach the goal. But this peaceful policy requires a larger understanding, a wider imagination. Unless we develop a different outlook altogether, this peaceful coexistence cannot function either in the national or in the international field. This very concept of Panchashila was enunciated 2500 years ago by the Buddha in different way. He said, men must be kind and civilized if they wished to be called human beings. He first of all gave us the principle do not ensure other principle practice non-violence. In almost all these problems, let your approach be democratic, peaceful, non-violent one. That is the first principle he spoke to us about. The second principle he told us was do not be greedy. There is such a thing as greed of the individual or greed of the group. Greed may take different forms, individual or collective. As far as possible, do not aspire to other people's property or possessions. The third thing was develop self control. Unless we learn to govern ourselves, we will not be able to govern others. Self control is essential for every individual. If we have fear, we have anger. Anger leads us to all sorts of actions. To avoid these things, it is essential for us to develop self control. To the Premier Automobiles Limited, Kingsway, Secunderabad. Dear sirs, we thank you for your inquiry of yesterday's date and we very much appreciate your interest in the various types of services rendered by us. We have pleasure in giving a brief description of some of these services besides the usual business of receiving deposits in various accounts, namely savings, special savings, and fixed deposits, and lending money in the shape of cash, credits, overdrafts, and loans. We undertake number of agency services on behalf of our customers and depositors like collection of their bills, dividend warrants, etc. We have also got arrangements for safe custody of valuables of our customers in suitable size lockers in underground wallets which are air conditioned. You may also be interested in the special department of this bank started only a few months ago where we entertain proposals for banks appointment as trustees and executors. In view of the efficient and impersonal way in which our department is capable of working in these capacities and for continuity of arrangements that it guarantees, we are sure this department will prove to be useful and popular with our esteemed customers. We will make inquiries regarding the standing reputation, character, and financial capacity of the party to whom the credit is to be granted. We hope you will select one or more of our services. Yours faithfully, Chief Accountant, State Bank of Karnataka, Bangalore.